This isn't going to work well.
It's fun.
So I put out to the community that, why not just have some regular model railroad people on the show, regular people like me. And the first one who ponied up was Shannon Tapia from Down Under, mate. Right now he's got a shrimp on the Barbie for me, bro, because it's like 1 a.m. and that's what they do down there at 1 a.m. And Shannon has got a take on things relative to his model railroad and living in rental apartments and having to move every now and then. And I believe Shannon is on board. Yes, I see. And I got to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I think we should just jump right to our subscriber live interview. Oh, I'm losing my headphones. Hold on. Okay, we're good. Nothing but the best on this broadcast. Ladies and gentlemen, on the screen right now is Shannon Tapia from Australia. Shannon, good morning. How are you?
Morning to you too, Steve. Yeah, as you can tell, it's 2 a.m. over here, not 1. That shrimp's a bit burnt right now. It's been on the barbie for quite a while since we last spoke.
Well, it's been quite a while since the last time we spoke. It's been like 5 minutes. No, Shannon down there is getting on board with us at 2 a.m. How many time zones do you guys have down there? Because some people are at 1, some people are at 2. Is there 2 time zones?
3. So, yeah, we've got 3 time zones. One on the East Coast, Central Coast, and then West Coast.
Oh, you guys you're a big freaking island. You've got coasts everywhere, whatever. So anyway, let's just get right into this. Now, Shannon, one of the things you and I talked about that I thought was kind of cool is this is layout number 11. How many layouts?
This is layout number, oh geez, I've lost count. Number 6, 5 or 6.
Oh, well, okay, 5 or 6, whatever. Just kidding.
Yeah.
But one of the things you have to incorporate into your videos, one of the things you have to do is make sure you can get it out and move to a new place and set it up. Is there anything specific that you do? Is there, I mean, what size? Well, let's start with what's the footprint of it? What size do you have for your layout?
Okay, well, my current layout at the moment's footprint is, if I got my imperial measurements correct, it's 3'7" by 6'10".
Okay.
All right.
Can you show it to us real quick?
Yeah. Hang on.
Here we go. Live cam, people. Look at that. Oh man, look at that. Oh, that's awesome. I love the detailing in the back and your town. Oh man, I envy you.
If you want, I can get a bit closer for you, Steve.
That's amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, so that's the footprint of it. Let me just set this back down. So basically, it's on a pine frame with a 2-inch frame top. From what I remember last time I was checking the weight of it, this whole layout as it sits right now is about, what was it, 25? It's about 50 pounds.
50 pounds. Well, 50 pounds, you can move that by yourself. Well, I can move that by myself. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
And so what do you just tip it on the end and take it out the door?
Pretty much. In saying that, like with this layout specifically, when I designed it, this layout's now, let's see, 2019. I started this layout back in 2015, January of 2015. So when I was building it, I'm like, right, I'm in a rental. Rent's going to be, the contract's going to be up soon. I'm going to have to move out soon. So when I was building it, I built the frames, started putting it together, and I go, okay, I've got to figure out how to move it out. And the easiest way I could figure out, which I actually got the idea from another model railroader over in the US, David Vollmer. He does a lot of Pennsylvania N-scale railroading. And the idea came about when I saw one of his Facebook updates where he actually crated up his railroad. So basically he took, all the scenery off, mountains and whatnot, and he actually crated it up as a crate. So as soon as I saw that, I've gone, right, that's where I'm going to go. and I built a crate for it.
Okay.
In saying that, for the viewers out there, that's the crate.
Huh. And so you already have the crate ready to go, like on a moment's notice.
Pretty much. So, yeah, once I've got it all bolted up together, so all the sides come off, so all the perspex comes off, the controls, the mountain up in the back corner comes off, and I basically crate it up into one massive crate. And then takes me, I think the last time I had to do it, it took me roughly 20 minutes to pack it up and get it out of the room, and then another half hour to pack up all the other little bits and pieces like the mountain, the rolling stock, equipment I had to get rid of.
So you've had to move that layout then, the specific one we're looking at.
This layout I've moved a few times now because after I started moving, I've gone, well, if I'm going to move it, I may as well display it. So I have attended a couple of exhibitions with this layout. And so far, I've had a lot of good feedback, in regards to the work that I've done to the layout.
That's amazing. Now, why do you need to take the mountains and stuff off? I mean, because it seems like you can make a crate big enough to contain all that. Is it because you're protecting the details, or what's the reason behind that?
Yeah, basically to that extent, to protect the detail. But at the same time, I found it a bit pointless to, have 10, 12 inches of empty space inside a crate. So the mountain comes off, the whole layout, when it's all crated up, is only, 8 inches tall.
Oh, I feel you, because the mountain's in the back corner there, and it's so deep, right?
Yeah, right in that back corner. So
all right,
I come
got
up
you.
here, just to show everyone, that whole section can lift right off. It's bolted down at the moment at the back, but you get the general idea.
Well, that's awesome. All right, so now when you're building this, I mean, what do you do? Like the legs? They just bolt on, or do you have wheels? Do they fold up? How do you pull that off?
They're just screwed on at the moment. So like basically this whole layout, the framework in design is as basic as framework can be. I cannot get this framework any more basic. Okay. Where I literally all I use is glue, screws, nails. That's it.
And it's done. And then you don't have to do anything with the wiring, right? You just take I heard some sound earlier. You're running
attached to the table. Like I've got plugs to plug in the controls. Power supply is on board, so I just have to plug in one power point and that's it.
So your power supply is actually mounted to the layout then.
Yes. Again, I can show you that. That's right in that back corner, as you can see.
Oh, copy that. That's amazing.
Yep. So I've got a transformer, my NCE DCC power system connected up. It's pretty much you can run it on its own. Like I don't have to do much else to it to get it running.
Well, that's cool. So that kind of a layout is something you can move from home to home if you have to move, but you can also take it out and show it off at people. All right. Well, listen, let me ask you this question because we're going to wrap this part up. But summarize, what can you give to some of our viewers out here, some advice on just quickly how to construct one of those, how to think about it and create it up? Is there a way you can just sort of give us a summary point on that?
Basically, the easiest way I can probably tell the viewers is build a simple, strong framework. Use the 2-inch foam to make the tops of it. And then from there, if you need to modulate it, make it modular. Otherwise, if you just want a small footprint, something you can put all the details on quickly, just make sure you plan ahead, especially with all the electronics and controls. Make sure you have access to all the components like switch motors and whatnot. And then, just make sure all the wiring is tucked up under the framework in the cavity.
Well, that's awesome. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Shannon Tapia from Down Under at 2:00 in the morning, showing up on our broadcast. Shannon, I really appreciate you being here, and I've really enjoyed getting to know you through email and some of the live chat stuff we've done. So,
No, same with you, Steve. Same with you.
I'd like to say go get some sleep, but I want you to finish watching the broadcast. So make sure you finish watching the broadcast. Okay?
No, I ain't sleeping anytime soon. I'm not going to miss the rest of the show.
All right, brother. Thanks again for being on. Sure appreciate it.
All right. Peace out, everyone.
Yeah, peace out. We'll talk to you later. Oh, there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, that was our very first ever subscriber interview. I hope that went well. Hope you enjoyed it. But he's just a regular schmo like the rest of us doing the thing. Hey, I was moving myself around on the screen until I finally shut myself off because that was unscripted. Didn't know about some of the camera movements at his end. But anyway, we got it done and I thought it looked pretty good. But so there you go. Let's move over to Boom Chat. Here I am, 56 years and kicking it with a mohawk. Happy birthday to me. Well, anyway, that's all fine and dandy. Let's just back to the main cam. I'm thinking that we should go over and talk to my new friend and best buddy. Now, I talked to Brian earlier in the week, Brian Jones, and took a look at the layout. We've been chopping it up a bit, and I think you're really going to enjoy this. So now, without further ado, let's get the right scene and let's just say hello to Brian Boom Jones. Brian, how you doing? Brian,
Good
can you
morning,
hear me?
everybody.
Are you there?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
I can. I'm sitting over here beside myself going, holy crap. First of all, I wanted to say crap because I didn't want you to be the only one to say it live on YouTube today.
Well,
check. Somebody's got your back.
Check it out. Now,
Happy birthdays.
now I'll just blame you when the sponsors all pull their stuff. Wait, we don't have sponsors. Oh, well,
Okay.
It doesn't matter, I guess. Anyway, hey, look at you. Are you wearing your pajama bottoms right now, bro?
Hey, I'm in the train shed, buddy.
Yeah.
Believe that.
Hey, listen.
Absolutely.
Listen,
Always.
I'm wearing.
I don't have my robe on out of respect for you, but I stay comfy out here. That's what this is about. This is my work.
I've got my jammy bottoms on right now, bro. Nobody sees mine. They all see yours. So anyway, Brian, give us just like the vitals real quick. What's the name of your railroad? How'd you come up with the name? And what scale are you running? What sizes? Just pretty quick. What do you got on that?
I'm in scale, and the name of my railroad is the DNRGW Iron Horse Route. And I live in Mississippi, actually, which is real close to New Orleans. And, but after college, my friends and I moved out to Colorado, and we stayed at a condo called the Iron Horse all the time. So I loved Winter Park. That's where we did a lot of our skiing. We stayed at the Iron Horse there. It's right on the exit of the west part of the Moffett Tunnel. Right where the tunnel comes out, you see the Iron Horse Resort and the rest of the mountain for that matter. So I just thought that name fit me, and it was great. My friends and I spent a lot of time there, and the ski train between Denver and Winter Park is what I model, and loosely I'm in scale, and I'm having a great time doing it.
Outstanding. Now, so I got the state wrong. The whole state I got wrong.
Well, you were real close though, buddy.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, you're real close, Steve. It's on planet Earth. That's close.
Well, we do shrimp and gambling. Here.
Shrimping?
Shrimp and gambling.
Shrimp and
That's right.
like Forrest Gump?
That's right. Lots of potatoes and lots of shrimp.
Yeah, see, at least I got that part right?
Yeah.
Hey, what do you got going on there behind you? I see something helix-like. Is that a helix-like thing?
Well, I don't know. You want me to move the cam closer?
Whatever you want to do. I'm just taking myself off the screen this time.
All right. Can we see?
Yeah. Well, ish.
Now,
You're gonna have to hold it steady, bro.
Light. I can get better light.
No, it's okay. Just hold it steady. Just hold it steady.
All right.
Oh, so, there we go. Wow, what do you got going off on there, dog?
Well, my mountains, since that's the topic, are Great Stuff foam, and that's worked really well for me. As a newbie, not knowing what I'm doing, it's really easy to carve and do that. What I have going on here is a newbie mistake. I decided to build the layout around my tables as opposed to the tables around my layout plan. So I've got to get from this table here up to this one to extend my layout.
Huh.
Okay, where for the plan to keep going down and around and all this. And so I had to get from this table to this table. And so I did I can't pronounce it, that T loop, what's it called?
Tehachapi?
Yeah.
Boom.
So
Look at that. I'm a railroad guy, dude.
You are. I can't pronounce it, but I know what it is. And so anyway, I saw that and I was like, well, that's how I can get up there. So I kind of made a double or a triple one of those, and boy, it's giving me a ton of headaches.
Huh.
Yeah, it's tough. And then laying flex track on that kind of turn, repeated turn, is tough, especially if you don't know how to lay flex track, which I don't. So
Well,
that was
hey,
my first.
do me a favor. Set your camera back down for a second,
Sorry.
because I got no. It's all right. It's awesome. But that brings me to, you talk about a newbie mistake and stuff. So let's go there for a second. You have only been model railroading for a short period of time, right?
About 7 months.
About 7 months. 7 months, people, and he's already got one of the most complicated things you can do on a model railroad. On his model railroad, he's got a curly cute thing. By the way, it looks cool. If you could get it to work and have that sort of canyon thing going there, I think it looks awesome.
It works really well, and it's worked really well till I ballasted it. And man, I jacked everything up because I didn't know what I was doing. So I just jacked the whole track up, and since then it's been a nightmare. And then I've got these little inexpensive Model Power and Bachmann 060 locos that are running around this thing perfect. I buy a nice Kato, and it derails. It won't track on it. So I'm having to redo all the track work basically, but it will run. I've had trains going around at 9,000.
Well, sidebar real quick. So you're running the little steam? Are they like little switchers? What'd you get for the Kato? How many axles?
It's just a 4 axle.
Oh, all right. Well, never mind.
F7.
I thought I would come up. Oh, hey, stop barking, terriers! I got dogs barking at my end. I thought I had a live instant solution for you, but I don't. So whatever.
Well, no, I knew better than that. I read enough to know that I couldn't do 6 axles at all, and so it's an undecorated F7A. Like I say, it could need some tweaking, and I just don't know what I'm really doing well enough. I'm very scared. I'm not scared at all to mess with the Model Power and the Bachmanns. But I don't want to mess with the Kato. It's like my baby. I wanted it for a long time, and I'm scared to get in it and mess with it.
Well, wait till you get 6 or 7 or 10 Katos, and suddenly you'll be like, whatever, dude. Let's just try it. Anyway, I'm gonna ask you another question, and then actually maybe you and I'll both jump over to chat together because there's people are already beaming in some ideas for you.
That'd be sweet.
How did you get into the hobby? I mean, it's only been 7 months, so it's got to be fresh in your mind. How did that happen?
Very much so. Well, I have summers off, and I built a deck, and then I had to go back to work. And so I'd spent all summer kind of doing construction type stuff, and I was needing to just kind of settle down and get back into work mode. So I went in the hobby store and I bought a model. Got it home, started putting it together, and there was the word N scale was on the top of it. And I was like, what's that all about? So I YouTubed it. And guess whose mug popped up?
Ron of Ron Trains and Things. Oh, me?
Oh, yeah, right there with the Mohawk. And
wow.
So I clicked play and proceeded to watch some of your videos and then some of the other guys that are, good to this channel and in the community as well. And here we go. Here we are. That's how it got here.
Just
from a model that said N scale on top of it to YouTube to seeing your mug to pressing play. There we go. And my wife thanks you, I'm sure.
Your wife thanks me?
Hard. Yeah, I'm sure she thinks you a lot.
I'm sure. If your wife is like my wife, they have to pull us away from the. Actually, that's one more little tidbit we'll throw in there real quick before we jump over because we're just about out of time. But
I understand.
you have a thing where you have like date night, right? But the date night is in the train room. Your wife's got her craft station set up. You've got your railroad, and you guys just hang out, right?
Correct. We do that in the evenings when we're able to. We sure do. We take every advantage. It's kind of our way to get away without getting away, and it's wonderful. We come out here, and sometimes we don't even talk, and other times we talk a lot, and sometimes we have YouTube playing with music, and other times we have movies playing, and she's painting, and I'm working on my models, and it's great time. We really connect, and anytime I tell anybody about it, they're like, wow, that's neat. And we really enjoy it. It's kind of, we're very fortunate to have happened into it, because we didn't plan it.
That's one of the things that I miss now that the hobby room is in the garage is it was in the third bedroom at the old place. Mm-hmm. And so wherever Cindy, the first lady of model railroading was, we were in voice contact, and now she pretty much has to come out to the garage or I have to go in the house because her craft room is upstairs now, and we used to kind of be in the same deal. But I envy that about you, and I think it's cool that you guys do that together. Let's jump over to the chat real quick, very quickly, right. If I can find it. Boom, look at that. We're both in chat. And sorry, your graphic says Brian Jones at Gulfport, Louisiana. So
that's all good.
Sorry, Mississippi. I didn't mean to do it. Hey, over in chat.
I don't have a resentment against Louisiana, so we're all right.
Hey, going over, going over to chat. We've got, I saw Ron with Ron Strains and Sings saying the curves are too tight or has kinks. If shorties run by, larger engine won't. Something to think about. And by the way, I think, and you guys over in chat can help me with this, but I believe if you got two that run flawlessly, it may not be the track. It may be the third locomotive you're introducing. Most people here are saying that the curves are too tight. Jeff's Trains is saying it's easy for Flex to go out of gauge on joiners in curves for sure. So I don't know. There's a little input for you when you come back through and once I kick you off the air, when you go back there, you scroll through. They've got some great stuff going over here in chat. That's amazing. You guys are awesome in chat, by the way.
One of the things I found, it was where I took the ties out to connect the rail joiners in the bins. I would do it before I curved it, but if I took too many rail ties out, I got the track out of gauge in that area.
Yep.
And I'm having trouble fixing that.
Yeah, well, you may not be able to easily. I've had that problem myself, again, back in the day, but now I only take a couple out, and as much as I hate soldering, thanks for all the soldering tips, everybody. Hate soldering. I will solder those the track together first in its straight configuration and then bend it. Otherwise, I can't for the life of me get those rail joiners or keep it engaged right there. So anyway, hey, Brian, this was a lot of fun. I really appreciate you being here. And any last words before I send you off to do some shrimping?
I do have some last words. Happy birthday, Steve. It's such a pleasure to be on here on your birthday, to be on here in general. And the only thing I wanted to say that we didn't touch on was how thankful I am for the community that we got here.
Copy that.
Lots of good people. When we were talking about that this morning, 48 out of 50 are great people around here, and you don't find that anywhere else in the community.
It's awesome.
Not found that on the other forums and those kind of things. So I want to thank everybody that's here for what they do, and thank you for having me, Steve.
Thank you for being here. And hey, listen, you put up a little bit of video every now and then, right?
I try to.
Okay, why don't you just tell everybody real quick what your channel name is or whatever, so they can find you. I mean, that's one of the benefits of being on this show. So
hey, I got no problem with that. Benefits are awesome. It's the DNRGW Iron Horse Route. That's the name of the channel.
That's a lot of letters. I can't remember. The D and
the Denver and Rio Grande Western Iron Horse Route. So DNRGW.
The D and RGW Iron Horse Route. Well, there you go, everybody. That is Brian Jones from Gulfport, Mississippi. And hey, Brian, thanks for being here. We will check in with you again later.
It was a pleasure. Thanks for having me, bud.
Take care, brother.
You too.
Well, boom, there you go. Another guest subscriber live from Louisiana. No, not Louisiana. It's from Mississippi. Well, I can't even get that crap right.